adjust that. So the canceled debt on the qualified principal residence was reenacted, which had been taken away in 18. That went back with the law that was passed in 20. Your mortgage interest premium, called PMI, was reinstated. Your medical expense deduction went back to 7.5% from it was bumped to 10. So some people were able to get some of those medical deductions that they had if they went back to 18. The qualified tuition and related expenses went back, and the employer's credit for family leave came back. So it was done early in February, right after we got into tax season. What's been passed since then was the CARE Act and the Futura Act. And the CARE Act was passed on March the 27th, and that changed quite a bit of things. That went back, that brought in the stimulus, all the stuff we're doing with stimulus right now. Charitable contributions were changed. You could contribute more money and get more credit for it. It's kind of more business related, and net operating losses is the big one. Anybody that has what they call an NOL, were taken away in 2018. So with all of this problems that are going, there's going to be so many businesses that have really bad years this year, and they are going to be able to take those back 5 years. So any years that they had profits, they can go back and amend those years and get the tax money that they paid on the taxes on their profits, and that money will come back to them as a refund, and so they can take their losses back. And we used to have that, but then it went away in 18, and so it's really excited that that's back again. There's been so many.
Yeah, so let's talk about that a little bit, because I think that's probably the biggest win that we've had. I mean, obviously all those other things are still really great as well. But if you,
right,
like PMI insurance, this is a mortgage show, real estate show. There's a lot of people that are buying homes that are, getting mortgage insurance because they don't have 20% down payment. Even a lot of people refinancing still have to take mortgage insurance because they don't quite have that 20% equity. And, before it was not tax deductible. So it was, a lot of people were striving to get to that 20% down mark. And now with it being tax deductible, it's no different than really your mortgage interest write-off or your property taxes. You could basically take everything but the principal reduction in the, in the deduction from your expenses, correct?
Correct. No, you got it. You're right on. That's exactly. And it was before the 18, it was that way, but then now it's back. So we're good to go.
No, that's great. And then as far as, so the NOL, when you say that, that's a net operating loss, correct? Is that what that stands for?
That's correct, yes.
So basically, if you're a business in 2020, which a lot of small businesses are struggling. I mean, we've got all of the PPP loans that people are trying to get, and to keep people on payroll. And then there's the I can't even think of the name of it, but there's another loan that they can take. I think it's the disaster or something. I'm spacing on the name of it, but they're everybody's trying to get these loans because they're trying to keep people on payroll. They're not able to sell the way that they were, especially restaurants, and just really everybody in every industry is really struggling right now. So there are going to be a lot of small businesses that are going to take big losses this year. Their books are going to be under. So they're going to be able to take that loss at the end of this year and actually send that loss back to their tax returns from 19, 18, 17. You said 5 years that they could spread that loss.
Right.
Okay. So
but it's even better than that. It's even better than that. The NOL, as it states, and I'm reading from it right here, the provisions would be modified in individual provision. Notably, NOLs arising in tax years beginning in 2018, 19, and 20 can be carried back 5 years. So the people that had net operating losses in 18 that were not able to take them back can now take them back 5 years. So if you had a loss in 18, 19, or 20, you can now redo your taxes and take them back and capture 5 years back from each of those years to capture profit years and get a refund on the taxes that you paid.
That is big. Because if you have
very big.
If you had a loss in 18 and you had a loss in 19, you know, you could be taking 18 all the way back to 2013, and then you could be taking 2019, you know, and I mean, it's just big. It's really big. That's gonna definitely save a lot of people.
It's gonna be an interesting year after July the 15th when people start amending taxes. It's gonna be probably as crazy as it is right now.
That's what I was going to say for you, for any CPA, for anybody that does taxes, a financial advisor, anybody that's doing taxes for clients. You guys are going to have so much work on your plate because it's not just the current tax year. I mean, as it is, how many of us know that it's April and don't even try to call your CPA? You're not getting through, right? So now you guys are not just dealing with 1 year of tax returns, but you're having to go back and amend so many other years, up to 5 years worth of amendments. I mean, how long does it take you when you do an amendment? Let's say that somebody just has a very simple return, one S corp and their personals. How long would it typically take you to do an amendment?
It's a very long process because if you have it on your computer where you did their return and you're doing an amendment, it's really not that big of a deal because most of the software is very friendly and you can put in the changes and it kind of almost does it for you. You just need to go in and make sure that it was done right. But if it's a client that you're getting that somebody else did your return, then you basically have to input that return and make the changes because you need to create the corrected return so that you can then put in what wasn't correct and make the adjustments for the difference. So it's a tedious task. That's why we're so careful before we e-file a return. Even now, people try to get in real early this year, of course, being different. And normally, I want to get it done. I get my refund. And you're like, you make sure you have everything. You have everything. You're sure. As soon as you hit that send button, sure than anything, they contact you and they go, oh, I forgot about this 1099 that I was going to get. That return now needs to be amended because you can't electronically file an amended return. It's all handwork. It's all done the old way.
Wow.
So it's interesting. That's why we push so hard to make sure everybody has everything before we push the send button.
Wow.
Pretty crazy.
That is absolutely crazy. So anybody out there listening, if you guys want to ask the tax grandma any questions at all, please feel free to do so. Throw it up in the feed, no matter where you're watching us, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Go ahead and send us those messages, and we'd be more than happy to get her to answer those for you. We can put you into contact with her directly if you want to reach out to the office. You can give us a call. It's 844-935-3634. That's 844-WE-LEND for you. That is LEND and the number 4. You guys can check us out at mortgagemomradio.com. There's a contact us button right there. You can also, contact us right from our phone app. You guys want to get our phone app? It's really easy. Text the word mom to 36260. You can call our office. You can send us a message. You can, send us an email. Watch our YouTubes. Check out our Facebook. Check out our Yelp. Anything that you guys need, you can do right from the phone app. The phone app gives you all kinds of great calculators as well. Denise, is there anything else that you want to add for today that you feel is really important to get out there to people that are listening?
No, I think we kind of covered most of it. It's just be careful. It's a crazy year out there. If you get something going, double check and make sure that how it's going to affect you. There's just so many variables that it'd be hard to cover in on a conversation like this. That if you're in progress of dealing with the IRS, just kind of make sure that you stay on track with it and keep those negotiations going. Nothing has died during this time, even though they're not available. They're going to react to everything they say on July the 15th. We'll see where it all goes.
Okay. Heidi, do you have any questions listening?
No, but I took some notes.
Okay. Notes are the best policy. All right, well, I love it. All right, well, hey, Denise, thank you so much for being on. Really appreciate it.
Anytime.
We'll have you on again, just like you did this time. You called me up and you said, hey, we've got some new things that came out that we need to talk about. And it was like, can you do it right now? And you were like, no, let me research it a little bit further. I want to make sure I'm giving you the right info. But I love that you came on with us. I really appreciate it. I think that is all fantastic. Anybody listening that wants to get a hold of Denise, give them your telephone number. Let them call you direct. What is it?
It's 951 area code, so it's 951-965-1060.
Okay, do it one more time because not everybody can write it down that fast.
951-965-1060.
Denise Taylor, everybody, with you are a registered agent with the IRS. Did I get it right this time?
Yeah, it's an enrolled agent with the
Enrolled
IRS. We're getting
agent.
closer.
I'm getting closer every time. All right, well, I love it. Thank you so much, Denise. Really appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Have a good one. Be
All right.
safe out there. It's
Thank
crazy.
you. We will.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, so lots of changes, huh, Heidi?
Oh my gosh, I love the NOL. That's amazing. That's going to help so many of, especially the small businesses that have been so affected right now.
Huge.
It's, yeah, absolutely huge because they have not been able to do that now. I mean, especially I thought she was only saying for this year, not 18, 19, and 20. So that's awesome.
Yeah, no, it
It's
really
going to
is.
be big for them.
It is. It's going to help those people that maybe had owed money that had to pay in, and now they're going to be able to push all that loss backwards, which means that they're going to be able to get some refund, and that's some cash in their pocket from those previous years that they had to pay in. I mean, that it really is a big deal. I really hope, though, you know how the IRS charges us interest on when we owe them money?
Yep.
Wondering if they're going to have to pay interest back for
Wouldn't that be nice? I'm going to go with unlikely, but
yeah. But wouldn't it be nice if things were fair, right?
It would be wonderful.
Yeah, absolutely. So anyway, anybody has any questions, please go ahead and throw those into the feed. If you're listening and it's Saturday and you're in your car and you're listening to the radio, you guys can always check us out. Wednesdays, we're live at 5, whether you want to watch on Facebook, Twitch, or YouTube, we are here. If you want to know when we go live, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and go ahead and turn on that notification button. It will let you know when we are live, and it'll be really easy to log in and watch and get those questions to us. If you guys want to give us a call, it's 844-935-3634. That's 844-WE-LEND-FOR-YOU. That is LEND and the number 4. Heidi and I, which is mostly I, but Heidi and I are both available for phone appointments. All you got to do is call, schedule an appointment. We will call you at that time, and we will talk to you, and we'll talk to you all about your situation, whether it's a purchase, whether it's a refinance, whatever it is that you possibly have going on. We're going to go ahead and talk to you about that, figure out if it's something that is beneficial to you, and then get you moving forward in the right direction. Sometimes it's just talking about a game plan and a path. Other times we can get things started right away. I put in a refinance this week that's going to save $770 for a client, and I mean that's huge. They're huge. They are still in an FHA loan. Their property has gone up in value, so not only can we get them into a loan with no mortgage insurance, so that's already a savings. Their interest rate was right around 5%. They got that loan in December of 18, and that is about where rates were at that point in time. So now we're dropping their interest rate down into the mid to low 3s, and so the savings between just the difference in interest rate and removing that mortgage insurance is going to save them a lot of money. So if you are out there, you haven't done